What's good, fam? Let me just say, y'all won't believe how this man Drake, a whole 40-year-old superstar, just single-handedly dropped the weirdest diss in rap beef history. Imagine, you Kendrick Lamar, you call this man out, set the game on fire, and his big response, dog, he comes out the house rocking a whole bedazzled jacket to send subliminal shots. I ain't making this up. This ain't no rap bar, no crazy verse, not even some slick Instagram post. Nah, man decorated himself like he's throwing a sleepover, all just to let the world know, I know what they did last summer. You can't tell me you saw that coming. This is the kind of move you see and gotta ask, for real, is this what beef and hip hop looks like in 2024? Let's dig in, because it is beef is looking sillier every time Drake opens his closet or presses record. So check it, Drake pulled up to his recent show, diamonds and glitter all over his jacket, spelling out that I know what they did last summer line. Everybody and they mama know that's a direct link to what Kendrick did at that pop-out concert, especially considering how wild Not Like Us still got folks talking. Instead of coming at Kendrick straight up, Drake out here sending signals with his outfits, bros sending coded messages like a teenager who's scared to say what's on his mind. Like you out here rich, on stage, and this the level you stooping to. The whole arena watching, but only people caught in Drake's delusion thinking this some big mic drop moment. Meanwhile, the rest of us looking confused like, what is this? Is Kendrick supposed to hear about a sequin jacket and run on stage looking scared? Nah, that can't be it. Man, social media went crazy when clips hit the timeline. Drake Stans was hyping it up like he just dropped Ether 2.0 with a jacket. I seen grown folks celebrating their embroidery skills like they was watching LeBron drop 50. But whole time is just a 40-year-old man pressed over a diss track and Kendrick living rent-free in his head. And the sad part, Drake out here thinking these hidden meanings about the summer really got folks shook. The only thing getting rocked is his reputation, because normal people look at that and see an artist who got nothing left but stunts. This new Drake era is all about the spectacle, not the bars. But it gets crazier. You peep the latest, right? Drake taking all that pettiness to a legal level too. Less than a week after getting clowned for this jacket, word came out that Drake is in legal beef, suing Universal Music Group over Not Like Us. Man claiming UMG pushed Kendrick's diss and ignored all the damaging, defamatory, hurtful stuff in it. Listen, when you gotta file lawsuits over a battle you're supposed to be winning on wax, that's the biggest L of all. Even the OGs of the game know real beef don't get settled with court papers. Charlemagne, the guy, even got at him, saying straight up, if you gotta sue, you already lost. Straight facts. Imagine Pac or Biggie running to lawyers instead of the booth. This case right here got way more layers than folks realize. Like, yeah, Drake can say he tired of taking hits from Kendrick, but going after labels, that's different. That's you basically admitting you can't stand toe-to-toe on the mic instead of showing up with a diss track that hit harder, bruh, doing paperwork. Meanwhile, Kendrick posted up, not even phased, cause he already won this round, and everybody know it. Drake's legacy gonna be the rapper who called his lawyer instead of cooking up bars. You know that's gonna haunt him every time beef season rolls around from now on. This all started at the Super Bowl though, when Kendrick did his halftime thing and took the internet by storm. Bruh, don't get me started on that Not Like Us performance. He brought the whole city out, threw up layered messages, and put his beef with Drake front and center without having to bedazzle nothing. You know that Palestinian flag moment? People caught that. That was more than just a show. That was Kendrick reminding us music is still political, still raw, still real. Drake over here sewing rhinestones, while Kendrick's set got politicians arguing and the culture eating it up. That's a W for K-Dot. He made it look easy. You gotta see the whole contrast. For real, Kendrick out here changing the convo on a national stage while Drake hiding behind jackets, lawyers, and weird merch drops. The man didn't even gotta say Drake's name. He just let the music, the crowd, the moment talk for him. That's what being an artist supposed to look like. But Drake, he trying to distract y'all with shiny jackets like we gonna forget the music ain't hitting like it used to. The crowd hype for the moment, but when the lights go off, nobody talking about the music. All they remember is a grown man too scared to speak on another grown man directly. That ain't hip hop, that's insecurity wrapped in cashmere and sequins. Yo, real quick, before I keep breaking down how wild this feud got, if you still rocking with me right now, you know I'm bringing y'all the real, no sugarcoating. Hit that like button, drop a sub if you still here, and share this with somebody who need a reminder that some beefs just ain't built the same. Matter of fact, let me know in the comments, do you think Drake's weak clown moves could ever hit K-Dot where it hurts? Or is this just another L for the Toronto man? Don't sleep, we only scratching the surface here. But look, I ain't even finished. The tension kept climbing and the drama got messier. Back when this feud took off, everybody thought it would have been all music, bars for bars, classic diss tracks, keep it lyrical. But every new chapter been messier than the last. You got Drake dropping Family Matters, talking real reckless, then Kendrick flipping it into Meet the Grams, putting personal business out there in the open. Both sides started naming names, throwing wild accusations, dragging family into it. This ain't no playful banter. This battle got real personal, real quick. Thing is, all that drama don't just stay between them. Whole hip hop community got split. Some fans picking sides, others just tired of Drake always reaching, acting like he the only one going through it. Critics jumping in too, saying this the most embarrassing chapter of Drake's career since, well, ever. I seen industry vets shaking their heads, wondering if this what the culture turning into. Grown men with millions acting like teenagers on TikTok. Y'all remember when a diss track actually made you feel something? Now we judging who got the better Taylor, not who got the hardest bars. But see, it ain't even just about the shots fired. Drake's been pivoting hard, dropping new albums with Party, Next Door, a whole project called Some Sexy Songs For You. But most of y'all ain't even know that dropped, huh? That's how low-key the buzz is. And that's the trap. Used to be, a Drake release had the timeline in a chokehold. Now, the only thing people clowning is his failed comeback at Kendrick. Collabs should have been W's, but instead these tracks flopping left and right and OVO looking desperate while Top Dog Entertainment cruising. But y'all want more? Next, I'm breaking down just how far Drake's antics have pushed his reputation and what he could have done differently to avoid all these L's. Trust me, it only gets crazier from here. Let's get into the real damage these stunts have done and why Drake basically fumbling the bag publicly. For a minute now, all eyes been on hip hop because this ain't your average rap beef. It's turning iconic artists into memes. You got rappers who paved the way, straight up treating Drake like comedy. Even folks who used to stand him looking at his antics like man's washed. He out here quadruple downing on the weirdness, trying to turn every dumb move into some viral merch moment. Like after the jacket, bro, dropping I Know What They Did Last Summer shirts and trying to get fans to cop them for clout. That ain't it. That's desperation. Instead of cooking up real bars, he flipping his beef into Hot Topic drip. Just goofy. Meanwhile, Kendrick don't even gotta say nothing extra. He just sits back while the entire culture talking. When Kendrick did Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, he had the game frozen. That song itself so heavy with shots and layered meaning, it ain't need a single costume change. It had the world tuning in, not cause a sequence, but because the music actually hit. That's why folks respect Kendrick heavy right now, even if you ain't rocking with his every move, cause he keep it focused, direct, and true to the art. Drake, he busy turning rap beef into circus acts and still can't get a clear out this situation. Let's not act like there ain't ways Drake could have played this better. If he was better, he'd have dropped something devastating, like some back-to-back level sledgehammer. He got the resources, he got the reach, but dude keeps trying to outcool Kendrick instead of getting in the lab and making a real statement. If he actually pulled up and dropped a track that went harder than anything Kendrick sent, all this other clown stuff would have gotten forgiven overnight. Even the haters would have had to pay homage if he just stepped up. Instead, every time he ducks the lyrical fade and hide behind these petty moves, he 4 times the ill. That's something no designer jacket can hide. And don't get it twisted, this ain't just me trying to roast Drake for no reason. It's just facts. You got peers in the industry who've been peeped the switch up. I seen people like Joe Budden, Ibro, all them calling it how it is, saying if Drake really wanted to recover, it gotta be through the bars, never through merch or lawyers. Even cats like The Game, who are known for taking things too far in beef, at least they show up on tracks. Drake feeling the pressure because he looking for acceptance from the same fans who hype everything he do. But at the end of the day, even those loyalists getting tired is feeling forced every time he trends. Like this not organic. You can tell these moments ain't landing how he want. And that ain't just the artist. Critics on Twitter, podcasts, man, everyone clowning this jacket. And for good reason. We in a space now where folks bring up Drake and Bedazzled more than Drake and Chart Topper. His legend's supposed to be about the music, but his recent run is strictly bad PR. Every time another one of those hidden messages pop up, it feels less like hip hop and more like reality TV. People ain't even mad at Kendrick no more. Like the beef is between Drake and his own image. That's the wildest part. You know it's bad when rap beef become less about music and more about somebody's midlife crisis wardrobe. So when you see this feuding, dragging on with these weird extra stunts, you gotta wonder how long until folks totally check out. There's already a wave of fans who tapping out, disappointed. Even some longtime OVO supporters like, man, this ain't my Drake. It ain't nostalgia, it's embarrassment. A dude who helped shift sound in the 2010s, built a legacy off hits and features, is really about to be remembered as the guy who tried to outdress his competition and still lost. As much as some might ride for Drake and say, he still got his, bro. He still got numbers. Peep how fast the energy shifted. When the talking point in rooms full of real hip hop heads ain't his latest project, but the latest clown move, you know your stock changing. This whole beef became a new low, especially when even your attempts to own the controversy, like with all this jacket spectacle, just turn into new punchlines. It ain't relevancy, it's infamy, and that's a slippery slope for legacy. But let's pause right here. Imagine if instead, Drake kept it a buck, stood firm, responded with some actual grown man raps, and moved like he back in his take care early OVO zone. He could have dropped one track, no stunts, and made social media forget all the memes. That's what the OGs would have done. Let the pen talk. But now, his avoidance tactics and gimmicks tell the culture way more than he realized. It says the throne he once held ain't even in sight because he too focused on smoke and mirrors. The rap crown can't be won with sequin jackets and lawsuits. It's only earned back one way, music. So as this saga keeps dragging on, you gotta ask yourself, how does Drake even recover from here? Only way out is to stop the games, face Kendrick on the mic, and hope the bar's strong enough to silence the crowd. Do that, and maybe, just maybe, history give him another shot. But if he keep chasing relevance with these cheap tactics, you already know how it ends. The guy who let a diss jacket define the back end of his run, that's what his Wikipedia gonna say if things don't change. Right now, Kendrick running laps, the city on his side, and Drake looking more washed with every new antic. So what's your take? You think there's a way for Drake to reclaim his spot after all this, or is it too late to start winning rounds now? Drop your answer down below. Let me know what you really think, because I need to know who else see the fall off as bad as I do. If y'all rocking with this breakdown, smash that like, hit subscribe for all the realness, and don't miss the next drop because you already know the mess in this game never sleep, and I'm here to keep it 100 every time.